Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tuesday edition of Video Clips. And I am going to start with a couple of announcements. And I'll warn you, Winston is kind of in the wings here. He may jump in front in a second because he's been a wild man today. So I'll apologize in advance if he does that. Anyway, starting next week, I'm going to shift to 2 videos a week. I did that for years and years on Tuesday and Thursday, and we're going to go back to that. I am in the process of writing another book, and I need to spend time on that. And I think 2 focused messages might be better, not only for me, but people might pay a little bit more attention to 2 than the 4 that I've been sending out. So the newsletter will go out on Monday, videos Tuesday and Thursday. I'll probably cover more than one topic on both videos since I'm only doing 2, but so they'll be a little bit longer, a little bit more, meaty, if you will. And that will start next week. I am going to take a week off during the holiday, and then we'll be back in January. Newsletter Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, videos. Okay. Second thing, we're shipping holiday cookies. You've got about a 10, 12-day window before we're just not going to be able to get them where you want them to go in time for the holidays. So this would be a good time to place an order. $24.95, we ship them, including shipping, any place in the continental United States. And then the healthcare workshop on Wednesday night, we are starting to look at and talk about a healthcare system that's maybe separate apart from the one that we live in now. I'm going to discuss that along with what we think has to happen in order for that to happen. So if you're interested in that and you are a healthcare professional, crystal clear on that, send me an email. I'll be happy to add you to the list. And then till the end of the month, December 29th is the last day, 2-for-1 smoothie credits. So many of you are in the habit of buying smoothie ingredients in order to pay for a course. Well, you get twice the points just for this next 2-week period of time till December 29th. So if you don't know what that means and you want me to send you information or send you information about any of the stuff that I'm talking about, just send me an email at pampopper@msn.com. All right, I have a really interesting study to share with you today. Now, I'll start by saying many studies show that a plant-centered diet lowers the risk of a lot of common degenerative diseases. A growing body of studies show that plant-based eating can improve health and weight and even reverse conditions like type 2 diabetes, coronary artery disease, and hypertension, even in severely ill patients. And I've talked about a lot of these studies in my videos over the years. A study published in 2022 showed that a low-fat plant-based diet significantly reduced hot flashes in postmenopausal women within just a few weeks. At Wellness Forum Health, our dietitians and doctors have seen improvements in conditions ranging from autoimmune diseases to cancer after adoption of a plant-based diet. A new study provides even more evidence that plant-based eating is best because of its very unique study design. 22 twin pairs were randomized to follow a healthy vegan diet or a healthy omnivorous diet for 8 weeks. Both groups consumed significant quantities of vegetables, legumes, fruit, whole grains, nuts, and seeds. Meals were delivered to both groups for the first 4 weeks at no cost, and they received a lot of health educator counseling. And then during the second 4 weeks, the participants were responsible for purchasing and preparing their own meals. At the end of the 8-week period, participants assigned to the vegan diet showed significant reductions as compared to the omnivorous controls in LDL cholesterol, fasting glucose, fasting insulin, triglycerides, body weight, and TMAO levels as compared to twins eating the omnivorous diet. TMAO, if you're not familiar with it, is a metabolite produced by the gut bacteria in response to nutrients contained mostly in animal foods like red meat and egg yolks and full-fat dairy products. In some studies, TMAO has been shown to be an even better predictor for the risk of cardiovascular events than plasma cholesterol. Interestingly, the vegan eaters took in less protein but consumed more iron than the omnivores. And so that's a common question. In addition to where are you going to get your protein, where are you going to get nutrients like iron and calcium? But they're very prevalent in plant foods as well. The authors noted that even more significant differences might have been noted had healthy vegan eaters been compared to people consuming the standard American diet, but both diets were healthier than the diets consumed by most Americans, and so for the vegan diet to come out better was maybe a little higher standard to reach than if they were compared to the standard American eater. But most important was the study included twin pairs, eliminating the confounding influences of genetics and age and sex that can impact clinical outcomes. Identical twins share identical backgrounds, and they often continue to even follow similar lifestyles into adulthood. Additional strengths included that there was high adherence to the diets, by the participants after the 4-week period during which food was delivered, which indicates the potential for such results in the general population. In other words, people were able to continue doing this on their own after the meals were no longer provided. The vegan diet was different than the version used for intervention in other studies, which have often focused on very low fat intake and included people with chronic disease who might be even more motivated. But nonetheless, a step down from that very low fat eating still worked very, very well. Limitations acknowledged by the authors include that all the participants were healthy at baseline, short duration of the study, and lack of follow-up after the study period. But nonetheless, the outcome was crystal clear. The vegan dieters were much better off. Now, to be clear and to qualify, I have never, nor has Wellness Forum, ever promoted a vegan diet. I happen to be a well-known vegan, and I like eating this way, and I did this for reasons other than health. But the point is that there's no evidence that, and one of the reasons I haven't promoted a vegan diet is there really isn't any evidence that a diet that is near vegan, plant-based with 2 or 3 servings of animal foods per week, that isn't equally effective for the purposes that were looked at in this particular study. And our experience has been that long-term compliance has to be taken into consideration. So a less than perfect diet that is sustained over a longer period of time is always superior than to a diet that is extremely perfect and you dot all the I's and cross the T's, but that is not maintained for a long time. This also is important, and one of the reasons I wanted to share it with you is there is a lot of conversation these days about, wouldn't it be great to have an alternative healthcare system? And I'm going to talk about this on Wednesday night, again, tomorrow night, as I mentioned, but if we want an alternative healthcare system, we have to face the financial reality that our healthcare system today is highly subsidized. And without state and federal subsidies, the medical systems that most people are patronizing right now would not be able to stay in business. An independent system will not have such subsidies, which means that people are just going to have to pay more attention to their health and preventing disease and keeping themselves in good shape in order to sustain a different kind of system. And so this goes to, there are particular diet and lifestyle habits that we know are more effective than others for maintaining and good health over a long period of time. And a plant-centered diet is one of those things. So there will be more conversation about that as we go forward, because you can't have a healthcare system that isn't fiscally sound. It won't last very long. So anyway, the way people eat will be a consideration. And Winston is getting ready to jump here. So I'm just going to bring him over to say hello to everybody because he wants to do that anyway. So do you want to say hi to everybody? All of a sudden, we're just kind of shy right now. Okay, there we go. You get a good front view of him. He's such a good little boy. He got neutered a couple weeks ago, and he's recovered nicely, and he's back to being a wild man, right? So he just wanted to say hello. So I figured instead of waiting for him to jump on the computer and disconnect this video, it would just be better to have him all say hello to you in a more purposeful way. All right, that's it for today. As usual, pass this on to anybody who you think would enjoy watching it, and I will be back to you tomorrow with more news. Thank you for watching.